So the rule of 7 in marketing, if you've never heard of the rule of 7, then you probably haven't followed my content because I've talked about this a number of times. The rule of 7 in marketing is that a potential customer needs to see or hear your marketing message at least 7 times before they buy from you. And this is why when you're driving down the freeway, you see a Nike billboard, and then you're watching TV tonight and you see a Nike commercial, and then you turn on the basketball game and you see LeBron James running down the court in his Nike shoes. All of those are touch points from Nike with you, the potential customer. Now, in creative services, actually in any business, we usually need these 7 touch points. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more, but the rule of 7 is kind of the standard. And I extrapolate this rule of 7 out into business as well, into creative services sales. And this is what happens with a lot of creatives right here. We have 2 touch points, and then we expect a sale. We have a new lead comes in, and maybe you have a phone call with them, and then that phone call turns into emailing them a proposal. Now, this process has a low close rate because we only have 2 touch points: the lead phone call and then emailing a proposal. If we extrapolate that process out into more touch points, we stand a much better chance of landing this client. We have phone call, number 1 touch point, and then we connect with them on LinkedIn. After the phone call, we find them on LinkedIn, we send them a message through LinkedIn and a connection request. Then we transition them into a discovery meeting. We're not just jumping to proposal. We're going to have a discovery meeting where we dig into the details of their business, what the problems are and how can we solve them. Then we email the notes from that discovery meeting to them. Now we're on 4 touch points. And now we get to the proposal. We don't just email it after 2 touch points. We have 4. Presenting the proposal is touch point number 5, where we sit with the client. We walk them through our strategy on how we're going to solve whatever problem we discovered in our discovery meeting. And then we send them a thank you email after presenting the proposal. Hey, thanks so much for meeting with us. It was so fun. We'd love to work with you. You're at 6 touch points. Can we have a phone call in a couple of days to answer any questions you might have about this project or about our proposal? And you have that proposal QA call with them. Now there's 7 touch points that we created. And this is the way you need to start thinking about selling your services. Don't make it just transactional. Try and create multiple touch points, and you will increase your ability to land work and find clients. These touch points are everything. And if it's true for Nike, it's true for you. This is just, man, cold hard facts on sales. So you got to follow this 7 touch point process. Okay, now that we understand that, we're going to dig into every possible way that you can find clients. I've wanted to do this content for a while. And I still may do this somewhere, just like a reel that says, here's 50 different ways that you can find clients. So we're going to do this here. And what I do in sales is, in my mindset, I break sales down into hot, warm, and cold strategies. Hot, warm, cold. And the hot strategies are people that have a high close rate. They're close in relationship with you. They trust you already. The closer the relationship, the hotter the opportunity. So warm strategies, they're not as, it's not your best friend and your mom. Now it's just people that you may have known for a while, but they're warm, they like you, you like them, but there's not that super high degree of trust. And then cold strategies are the people you're just reaching out to. They have no relationship with you at all. You're reaching out to them, hoping to find somebody that has a problem important enough today to hire somebody to solve it for them, and you hope that person to be you. Now, cold strategies have a high volume of effort for a low return. Hot strategies have low volume of effort for a high return. Okay, we're going to go through all of the different hot, warm and cold sales strategies. So if you're taking notes, this is a good place to do it. I do have a summary slide at the end that you could take a picture of or take a screenshot of. Let's dig into the hot sales strategies first. Hot sales strategies, repeat clients with new requests. You have a client, they just finished a project and now they're ready to do another project. These have such a high close rate, like 95% close rate. They already have paid you. They've already had success with you. It's just converting a new opportunity into a working project with them. So you want to prioritize that. If you have a hot repeat client, jump on that. That's priority one. Asking recent clients for projects is the next great strategy. So you finish a project with someone, or you finished a month ago, and you email them or call them or have lunch with them and you say, hey, thanks so much. We loved that project. We loved doing that project with you. Do you have anything else coming up that we can work on? We'd love to keep working with you. So you're asking for those projects. That's number two. Asking your close relationships if they know someone. So people who already trust you, these hot relationships that you have, could be your best friend, could be some of your classmates from university you've known them for 10 years, they're good friends of yours. Could be your cousin who owns a business or something. It could be a whole variety of different hot relationships that you have. Ask them for opportunities. And you can use your micro elevator pitch to do that. You could say something to someone, hey, my agency, we create social media. We help our clients create a social media destination and convert their social media following into paying customers. That's what we do. You know anybody who might be struggling with social media in their business? And you ask the people who you know and trust, ask them that, you're gonna have a higher chance of finding clients. They become this little army of salespeople for you. Okay, so those are the hot strategies. Now we're gonna break it into the warm sales strategies. Warm sales strategies exist among potential clients who are like, they're 1 degree removed from the hot relationships. They're like good friends, might be a neighbor, like a neighbor who you've lived next to each other for a long time, very comfortable, but it's not like your best friend. So warm opportunities are potential clients referred to you. So if you have a hot client, say you have a client, you just finished a great project with them, and they share your name with someone else that they know. That transfer of trust is something that happens in business. The person they know trusts them, they trust you, and by synergy, that person they refer to you now trusts you because that trust was transferable. So potential clients that are referred to you are great warm opportunities that you should pursue. Reaching out to your past customers is another way. Every time I've asked people this, I do a lot of one-on-one coaching with creative entrepreneurs, freelancers, agency owners. And every time I've asked somebody, hey, do you have anybody in your past, like a year ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that you did a project for and you let that relationship go stale? You haven't reached out to them for too long. Do you have anybody like that? And every single time, without fail, I've had somebody write down something and be like, oh yeah, I just thought of 3 people that they have just let go stale. And you might be thinking that right now. As you're watching this video, you might be saying to yourself, oh yeah, I remember there was that one client 2 years ago that I did a great project for, and I have not reached out to them in 2 years. What in the world am I thinking? And if that's you right now, those are great warm opportunities for you to reach back out and say, hey, sorry that I let this time go so far past since I reached out to you last. Sorry. How is your business doing? Here's what my business is doing. I would love to work with you again. Just kind of message like that can open up awesome opportunities for you. Now, asking referrals is so critical. asking for referrals from clients or from your warm, strong relationships that you have. Don't be afraid to ask them, do you know anybody who might benefit from our services? Those are great warm sales strategies that you can use. Blind RFPs. Now, I consider these warm opportunities because we didn't find them ourselves. We just received a request from someone through our website or on social media or something. We get a blind RFP, and it's blind because it's like a blind date. They don't know you, you don't know them, but they have an active project. They say, we are looking for an agency to redesign and rebuild our website. Here's the RFP, the request for proposal. Now, if you get something like that, I consider it a warm opportunity because it's an active project. Even though the client isn't warm, you don't have to convince somebody that you need to solve some problem for them. They already know. So they have that active RFP. That is a warm lead opportunity. Okay, let's go into the cold sales strategies. The cold sales strategies. Now, cold strategies, this is usually the last thing that you want to do in your sales process. Cold strategies, because it's high volume, low return. You might have to reach out to 1,000 people to land one client. So high volume, low return, but if you've done all your hot and warm strategies, you've reached out to everybody you know, you've asked for referrals, you've done all the more effective sales processes, then sometimes you're left with, I still don't have work. I got to find things through cold sales strategies. Let's go through these right now. You have networking events. Networking events, going and being where the client is critical. Being in front of the potential client. And that's what you can do at networking events. So join a networking event. If you are targeting restaurants, then join a restaurant networking convention, some kind of business accelerator or something where you can meet more people. That's a cold sales strategy, but it's a warmer version of a cold sales strategy because you can build a relationship much more quickly one-on-one in that closer knit conversation version than you will just sending emails. Next, content marketing. Building thought leadership through content marketing can be an effective cold sales strategy because you're building trust by providing high quality content for potential clients. Traditional advertising, print ads, billboards, signage have all been used for decades. Their effectiveness in helping find new clients, it's questionable to me, but traditional advertising can work. Just don't expect a high return. If you buy a billboard on the side of the freeway, it's rare that people are going to be calling saying, whoa, yeah, I need a logo. They're driving down the freeway. That's a rare thing, but it's still an effective strategy if you have nothing else that you've tried. Social media marketing. Social media marketing is a great way. Their client or their agencies, creative entrepreneurs that have built their entire business off of building a social media presence. So it's a form of content marketing, but it's dedicated to just this social media platforms. Award marketing is an option. Winning awards so that you build reputation it's a real way for you to try and build awareness of your business and then convert that awareness into potential clients. But it's a cold strategy. It's not a relationship-driven strategy. Event marketing. This is marketing your business, going to trade shows and things. You could have a booth at a trade show. You could just attend a trade show. You could speak at a trade show. There are a variety of different ways that you can get involved in events and market your business there. Freelancer websites. Now, a lot of creatives use freelancer.com, Upwork, Fiverr, these different freelance websites to try and find clients. What I like about these is that it's filled with clients who have an active project. It's there, they're ready, they need somebody to solve this thing. What I don't like about these is that you're competing on price against a whole bunch of other creatives. But if you don't have anything else that is generating opportunities for you. You've gone through hot and warm and a bunch of other more effective cold strategies, and all you have left is freelancer websites, then sheesh, do it. Do it. You're trying to find clients. Find some clients to keep the business cash flow going. Then cold calling is the next one. You can experiment with a variety of different ways of cold calling. Could be reaching out to people on LinkedIn. I get them every day. You probably do too. People just cold messages through LinkedIn. And then the cold calling, the actual phone call, telemarketing kind of thing, that still exists too. I don't like any of those, and they're very ineffective. But if you don't have anything else, then sometimes that's all you're left with. And you've got to just go and just pound it to try and find potential clients. Okay, so here's that summary slide that I talked to you about earlier, where we have the hot strategies, repeat clients and referrals from repeat clients or close relationships, warm strategies, reaching out to past clients, asking for referrals and responding to blind RFPs, and then cold strategies, network events, content marketing, traditional advertising, social media marketing, award marketing, event marketing, freelancer websites, and cold calling. Start closer to you, as you see in the little diagram. The hot relationships first, then you're going to try that stuff, then you're going to go to warm, and then if you have nothing else, you're going to go to the cold strategies. But the closer the relationship is to you, the better chance you have of finding clients for your business.